What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys coming through. I know I've been streaming a lot. I've been giving you guys the trials, trying to stream as many of them as possible. I got to go back and actually watch the Ahmaud Arbery case. I'm very interested in that case as well. But, people disagree with me. I get some thumbs down when I say this. But I feel like the Kyle Rittenhouse case is more compelling than the Ahmaud Arbery case. And I'll tell you why I believe that. It's not that the people who died, their lives are worth more than Ahmaud Arbery or something like that. It's like I feel that the Ahmaud Arbery case is open and shut. Period. It's an open and shut case. All right. If ever there was a simple setup for murder and a simple jury trial, this would be it. All right. Did it happen? Yes, it happened. The question is, how did it happen? And was it within the confines of the law? But the Kyle Rittenhouse case is different. And the reason why it's different is because it's dealing with constitutional things such as self-defense. Do you have the right to defend yourself when you reasonably believe that your life is in danger? And hence the title of this live. At this point, after today's testimony, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we watched the most compelling testimony one could watch live on YouTube. The questions that were being asked of these victims or witnesses, rather, the character that we saw come out of these folks. If you were watching the live stream today on whatever platform, whether it's the Strategic Eyes show or not, and you still believe that Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty, I don't know what to tell you. I don't like to shame people. I'm not into that. We don't do that really on my show. But I'm big on facts, man. And whether you are a BLM supporter, whether you are a BLM activist, whether you are an Antifa activist, whether you are a Boogaloo boy or Boogaloo boy, I don't know. I don't mess with those people. I don't know who they are. How to say their names. If you cannot look at the facts of this case and not come to the conclusion that, hey, I think that Kyle is a nice guy and he's innocent, or B, I think Kyle is a total idiot, but he's innocent. If whatever your conclusion does not have innocent in it, I can't help you. I just can't help you, because there's something more than just facts that's forward in your agenda. And it's got to be ideology. And you can't fight with ideology. You can't argue with ideology. All right? You can't convince somebody who's ideological to change their mind. So let me give you an example. How many of you in the comment section are very religious people? Religion is an ideology. This is not about religion. I'm not trying to make you question your religion. What I'm saying is, we don't have any tangible proof that God is real, religion is real. I believe in God, but we're just using this as an example. So if I told you and I gave you facts that religion is all fake and you still believe in it, it's ideology. It's like, would you want to believe what I said? Of course not, because you are steeped in your ideology of believing in God. It's the same thing. Some people have that same type of vigor when it comes to politics. The same type of dedication that people have in their religious beliefs, some people feel the same way about their politics. Now, let's take it a step further, because I don't think this is an issue about race, but this stuff happened during a time of racial turmoil, racial animus, and racial upheaval. This is when this Kyle Rittenhouse case occurred, right? During that time. So now take everything I just told you about ideology and now add in race to it. Add in a group of people who have been discriminated against for hundreds of years, who have had political parties that have passed laws and injected ideology into their soul that, they're being oppressed and et cetera, now have that mentality and look at Kyle Rittenhouse. And now you can see why black folks think the way they think about Kyle. because MSNBC and CNBC and all these other channels and CNN, they told us that Kyle Rittenhouse was a white supremacist. Kyle Rittenhouse went to a bar minding his business. I don't even like this guy. I just go with the facts, man. I think he's a stupid kid. I think he needs a dad in his life. Where's his dad? Because he lived in Illinois, wherever he lived, and his dad had lived in Kenosha. He need a man in his life because he's running roughshod that woman he lived this called mommy. And he's doing whatever the hell he want. He's going to protests. He's doing all kinds of stuff. He needs a dad in his life. I don't even like this kid. But facts are facts. Reality is reality. Facts is he goes to a bar, and it just so happened that there's some Proud Boys there, and they took a picture with him, and now he's a Proud Boy. So I guess when I was growing up, I was surrounded by Bloods and Crips, and I knew a lot of them. Not because I was hanging out with them, not because I was a part of the gang, but just because I was a part of that community. So when I walk by and I say, yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? To the Bloods and the Crips. That must mean that I'm a Blood and a Crip too, right? That's what that must mean? Come on. So we're talking about ideology here. And after today, when we heard Gaige Grosskreutz come on that stand and lie, there's not conjecture that he lied. It's not my opinion that he lied. It's not my feeling that he lied. It's not my ideology that he lied. The evidence showed he lied. He lied about the most important things. The most important things that are required to put this case together. He said that he lost his gun, that he did not have a gun when he was shot. That is one of the biggest lies you could tell. But this thing gets deeper. We're going to get there, but we're going to talk about Gaige real quick. And I see a lot of amazing people in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming through. But I want to get through these points before I acknowledge you. So you guys know I love to acknowledge my comment section, but we're going to talk about these points first because they're so important. And if there's, let me know how my sound sounds. I know it sounds. I know James Dark asks if my new rig is up and running. Yes, it is. The computer is powerful. Where you see me streaming, no glitches, everything is cool. But we're always working on the sound. So let me know if the sound is good as I continue. So Gaige lied to us multiple times. He lied about what Kyle said. He lied and said that Kyle said something like, "Oh, I didn't do anything," and all these different things, and that wasn't the truth. It wasn't the truth. The truth was that he said, "Yo, I'm going to the cops to turn myself in." That's what he said. Does that sound like a cold-blooded murderer? Does it sound like a cold-blooded murderer for somebody to say, "I'm going to turn myself in"? Does it sound like that? Mr. T made a good point. Say Trayvon had the right to self-preservation. So did Ahmed. So did Kyle. I agree 1,000%. All three of those people were exacting self-defense during their individual situations. It just so happened, though, Kyle was the one who survived. Kyle was the one who survived. So we watched that. We watched Gaige lie. We watched Gaige lie, and I hope that they put Gaige's roommate on the stand who was served with a subpoena, and as soon as he was served with a subpoena, he ran out the courtroom. What does that tell you? He has something to hide. These are not honest actors. We had the defense expose Gaige that he is a Antifa activist. He's with one of those groups that was out there tearing stuff up. He wasn't out there being a medic. Oh, and I got a tattoo of the snake in the pole. Do no harm. Do no harm, but you run around the streets of Kenosha with a handgun that's illegally possessed by you, being concealed. Even though it's an open carry state and the gun was not unlawful, he was unlawfully concealing it because his concealed carry had expired. But you left all of that out. Why? Because you wanted to make sure that little boy was charged and you were not. Because you violated the law just like Kyle violated the law. And Kyle's violation of the law was possessing the weapon and being underage. Your violation of the law was illegally carrying the weapon, because by concealing it, you broke the law of Wisconsin. So he concealed everything that he did wrong to the police, but they caught him in that lie. How can you convict Kyle when your witnesses are liars? How can you convict Kyle when your witnesses are liars? And I want to go into the big crutch of this case. But before that, I want to explain to you guys who are watching this how the law works. It's not what Gage was thinking. It's not what Anthony Huber was thinking. It's not what Joseph Rosenbaum was thinking that's on trial. What's on trial, it's what Kyle Rittenhouse was thinking. It doesn't matter that the people who attacked him after he shot Joseph Rosenbaum believed that he was an active shooter. We can't say that they're lying. Maybe they did believe he was an active shooter. Of course, with Gage, we don't know, because Gage said that he approached Kyle because he thought Kyle was going to get assaulted by Anthony Huber, and he wanted to protect him. He also wanted to protect him from kick man. He wanted to save Kyle, according to his testimony. And at the same time, Kyle is an active shooter, and he wants to stop him, and he wished he would have shot him, but he's refusing to admit that he said that to his roommate. So I hope they bring the roommate on the stand to make the roommate testify as to whether he made that statement up or Gage is lying. Stephen Marley with a $25 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Looking good. And the computer is amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see something here. You guys heard that chair? Appreciate you, Stevie. So it's what Kyle is thinking. And if Kyle is thinking that his life is in danger, then he has met the bar of self-defense. I want to also point something else out to you guys, because a lot of people are getting this confused. One instance of breaking the law does not affect the other part of the law. What do I mean by that? Please hit that thumbs up while you're at it, please. Hit that thumbs up, support the channel. Yes, Kyle possessed an illegal weapon. I keep telling people, especially my supporters, people who support the channel, following this journey of the Kyle Rittenhouse case with me, they say, oh, it's legal for hunting and it's legal for this and legal. Stop it. The people who do not agree with facts want to look for every kink in the armor so they could change the narrative of the conversation. You have to acknowledge facts. Facts are facts. A fact is that Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty of possessing that rifle. He was not out there hunting. He was not out there in the woods looking for game. He was on the streets of Kenosha with the weapon, and the weapon was being used as self-defense. How do we know it was being used as self-defense? Because he ended up shooting 3 people in self-defense. He was not supposed to have that gun. But him possessing that gun has nothing to do with him engaging in self-defense. Has nothing to do with it. So you can say he's guilty of having an illegal gun, but he's not guilty of murdering these people because he was engaging in self-defense. The weapon has nothing to do with whether you're preserving your life, because your life is in imminent danger. And his life was in imminent danger because every prosecutor's witness said that Rosenbaum was violent, making threats against Kyle's life. Listen, it was self-defense even if he didn't threaten Kyle's life. Now we're on a level here where we're literally sprinkling sugar on top of the cake. Everything could have happened the way it happened, and no threats could have been said by Rosenbaum, and it'd still be a winner of a self-defense case. But now we have the very witnesses that the prosecutor presented as the witnesses that are supposed to convict Kyle. Their testimony is supposed to change our mind and make us say Kyle is guilty and he has to go to jail. Those witnesses are basically confirming that Kyle is in fact the victim in this case. They're confirming it. They're telling us that Rosenbaum was violent. Rosenbaum made threats. Rosenbaum chased after Kyle rather than Kyle chasing after Rosenbaum. In the opening statements, the prosecutor told us that we would see Kyle chasing after Rosenbaum. In my Discord, please join the Discord. Moderators, drop the Discord link inside of the comment section. In my Discord, I put a video from TYT, the Young Turks, the crazy liberal channel, that Democrats can say nothing wrong. Liberals can say nothing wrong. They just go with that trend. Social justice warriors can say nothing wrong. Anna Kasparian apologized and said I was wrong. She said I was wrong. Kyle was not running after Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum was running after him, and that looks like self-defense to her. Even the liberal stalwarts are turning against this. They're saying hashtag free Kyle too in their own little way. In their own little way. All right. So here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. This is the kicker of what shows that Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent. And this is personal for me because if you just pop it into this, I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm a police officer. All right. So this is personal because we're supposed to do a better job. Hit that like button. We got a whole lot of people watching the stream. Not many people liking it. I guess I'm doing a terrible job. I apologize. I'm sorry. The cops, the investigating officers of Kenosha did a terrible job on this. The detectives, they did a terrible job. And I asked myself, why? Why did they do such a terrible job? Let's go into why they did such a terrible job. And guys, mind you, the stream just ended like an hour ago, whatever. I just ate. I'm stuffed. I didn't have time to go back and do timestamps and write down every single point. I'm going off the top of the dome. All right. And a lot happened today. Going off the top of the dome. Keep that in mind. Number one, they did not collect all of the phones that they were supposed to collect on subpoena. And they're claiming some Marcy's law or something like that in Kenosha that ain't got nothing to do anywhere else in America. It's a Wisconsin law. I apologize, not just for Kenosha, for Wisconsin. All right. Is that what they're saying? All right. Whatever. All right. Mike, the Dad Cosby, $20 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Put you up here on the big screen. Thank you so much. Everyone is just so shocked the video and audio is so clear. Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, listen, we're doing it. We're getting there. I'm going to get there with you guys. All right. This is what you pay for. This is what you pay for. You know, and this is what takes channels to the next level. Some people will pop in, see you talking, your video is grainy, your audio sounds like trash. They're out of there. They're not giving you a second look. Presentation is everything, and that's why I'm trying to give you guys a good show day in and day out. All right. Few things. Number one, they charged Kyle. This shows you that this is political. I'm going to go with the biggest one first. This proves to you this is political. This is a witch hunt. This is a multi-million-dollar witch hunt right here. This money spent on this trial could be feeding poor people in Kenosha right now. Could be helping to rebuild that city. At least $2 to $5 million this trial probably costs. Could be helping to rebuild those buildings that were burnt down. This proves to you that this was all political. They charged Kyle Rittenhouse before even completing their investigation. That does not happen. You hear me? I'm telling you that right now. That does not happen. I was a sex crimes investigator before I became a police officer for the state. And then I downgraded for the retirement to be a police officer. I was on a higher level. I was doing cases with the federal, with the Justice Department. I did cases with the Justice Department, Southern District, the most famous federal prosecutorial office in the United States of America. That's on my resume, ladies and gentlemen. I took a step down to be a police officer because the retirement is better than working for the state. I'm telling you as a professional investigator, I'm telling you as a police officer, Demotion. I took a demotion. I'm telling you, that's not how it works. How do you charge a guy before you even interview all of the witnesses? It is the constitutional duty of the prosecutor to make sure that justice is being served on both sides. Justice has to be served on both sides of the spectrum. The defendant deserves justice just as much as the victim, ladies and gentlemen. If the prosecutor reviews a case and they say, I believe that the defendant was justified in their actions, constitutionally and ethically, they're not supposed to charge the case. If they review the evidence and they feel that there's not enough evidence to convict the person that they think did it, even if they don't think that the person is innocent, but they feel like we don't got enough here. Once again, constitutionally, that district attorney has a duty not to charge the case. If they would have completed their investigation, these detectives would have interviewed all of the witnesses, including the witness that actually witnessed the death of Rosenbaum. How can you charge this case knowing that this man was making threats against Kyle's life, chased after him, and tried to grab the gun? Whether he grabbed it or not doesn't matter. And they keep trying to make it seem like, well, was his hands on it? It's the intent. You could try and do something, and maybe I'm just better than you. We still send you to jail for 20 years if you attempt to rape somebody, if you attempt to kill somebody, if you attempt to rob somebody, we still send you to jail. It's your mens rea, your state of mind, what you intended on doing. Clearly, Rosenbaum intended to hurt Kyle because that's what he said, and then he chased after Kyle and tried to get him. So explain to me how you could charge this young man without even speaking to all of the witnesses, reviewing all of the evidence, and presenting a complete and solid case to a district attorney. And how does a district attorney have access to all of the evidence, including the FBI drone footage, private drone footage, cell phone camera, CCTV, the whole nine, and then come before a jury and say that Rosenbaum was being chased by Kyle when all of us knew since the day after Rosenbaum died and everything started flooding the internet that Kyle was being chased by Rosenbaum? So here's a theory, ladies and gentlemen. I got one for you. I got a theory for you. Oh, I got a theory for you. What if? Yeah, I said it. What if the prosecutor is purposely throwing this case? Everybody's talking about how terrible this prosecutorial office actually is. What if they're not? What if they are facing political pressure to bring this trial to bear? What if they're afraid of what will happen if they just wonton said that they weren't bringing it to trial? What if they're bringing it to trial just so it can result in an acquittal? So that they can say, well, we tried. We tried. We brought it to trial. We gave it our best, but we lost. Sorry. What if? There's no other explanation that I can have without insulting these jurists who spent 8 to 10 years in school and dozens of years in the field honing their craft. There's no way that I can explain this without insulting them or giving them this theory that they're purposely throwing the case. There's no other reason, because they're speaking to these witnesses as though they haven't prepped them. And I got to tell you, I've testified in a lot of cases. You get prepped. You sit down with the prosecutor, come through, you go to the big conference room with the big oak table that the taxpayers spent $15,000 for, and the big back chairs. I can't even afford the big back chair over here. I got a little cheap office chair that I got off of Amazon Prime for $60. They got the big back leather chairs, and you eat Chinese food, and then they prep you and they say, so I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to ask you that. And when you answer it, they can't tell you to change your answer, but they'll say, well, maybe if you say it like this, it'll sound a little bit more forceful for the jury. They can't tell you, oh, no, don't say that because it's going to help the defense. But they'll tell you, you're saying it that way, but maybe it'll be clearer if you phrase it this way because the jury will be able to understand it better. You do that until they're comfortable that you understand how to conduct yourself in that jury. Then they'll cross-examine you. They'll pretend to be the defense attorney and cross-examine you and see how you respond to combative questions. They're acting like they didn't do that with none of these witnesses. They're saying things that don't exist. You could say things in an opening and a closing argument that are kind of stretching the truth because you got to prove it during the trial. If they said what they said during the opening argument during the trial, they'd be impeached. They said that Kyle was chasing Rosenbaum. We know that that's not true. Doesn't exist. The boy was running for his life. He was a stupid kid running for his life. So today's testimony was so beneficial to the defense. The fact that officer, that detective stood on the stand and said he did not review most of the video, that his partner did the video evidence, that makes no sense, ladies and gentlemen. Well, why are you testifying for? If you're the lead investigator, you need to review everything. Yes, you delegate tasks because you can't be everywhere. You might say, yo, Johnny boy, I'm the lead detective. Can you go interview Francine? When Johnny boy comes back, you say, let me see the interview for Francine. If it's been written down, you read it. It was recorded, you watch it or you listen to it. If it was a verbal conversation, you say, yo, Johnny boy, tell me what she told you. You don't say, all right, you went and did that interview. Okay, I don't need to know what you said. I move on to a different task. How does that make sense? You're the lead detective. You're the one who has to paint the picture. So how do you tell the court that you didn't review all the footage? How do you charge him with murder if you didn't see the video that shows him being chased? How do you charge him with murder for a second time when you don't see the video of Anthony Huber hitting him with the skateboard 2 times, then trying to grab the gun from him, having his hand on the gun and pulling the gun towards him, pointed at his own chest? We could get deep into this. We could say that Anthony Huber actually caused his own death because as he's grabbing the gun and pulling it towards his own chest, all Kyle had to do was pull the trigger. He didn't even pull it to a side. He didn't do nothing. He literally grabbed the barrel of the gun and tried to pull it towards him, and it was pointed toward his chest. Kyle simply pulled the trigger. You didn't view none of that as a lead detective, but yet you can work with the prosecutor to craft charging documents that go against the facts. These people should be brought up on ethical charges. And I'm not saying criminal. I don't like witch hunts. I'm talking about ethical charges. The bar should be notified about the prosecutor's actions, and internal affairs should be notified of the officer's actions. They didn't take people's phones. They're asking about the skateboard that would have had DNA on it, or at least they could have tried and find DNA. We all know that DNA is not the end all be all, but this skateboard was used to bash Kyle Rittenhouse in the head twice. He said, oh, well, the girlfriend had it and we tried to get it, so she's not giving you the skateboard? You should have supposed to show up at her house and say, yo, where's that skateboard? You're supposed to pull her into, you're supposed to use bully tactics to get that skateboard. Oh, well, we didn't know exact area for it, so we couldn't write a search warrant, da-da-da-da. Since when do you need to know an exact area to write a search warrant? When you write a search warrant to go into a house to buy drugs, that's selling drugs, you don't know where the drugs are hidden. You say, listen, this house is alleged of activity. We've observed this amount of buying bus, so we need this search warrant so we could go in there and get it. All right, she has it. She lives at this address. I'm pretty sure that the skateboard is in this address. And see what the judge says. Maybe the judge will say, no, I need a little bit more. But they didn't even try. So now a weapon used as a means of assault in a murder investigation is not a part of evidence because those cops didn't push to get it. Gage Grosskreutz, who not only was recording everything, but also might have had other information on his phone, but most importantly, he had footage on his phone. They did not get a subpoena for it. They got what they could get from him sending it to them. They got what he wanted to give. They didn't get his entirety of what he was streaming on his phone because they didn't do a search warrant on his phone. How does that make sense? Not only is he an alleged victim, which he's not, but he's also a material witness. He possesses a very good video of the encounter he had with this young man, with Kyle. But the cops don't have it. They don't have it in its entirety because they didn't bother asking for it. Because they knew that they had to get a scapegoat. Because they knew that they wanted to arrest Kyle Rittenhouse. There was no rush. Kyle wasn't a threat to anybody else. They could have easily take their time to get all the facts before they charged the case. You guys know I'm in my living room. My family, they have company. So I was like, I'm going live because I needed to get this off my chest. But excuse any noise you hear in the background. Hey, it is what it is. I got a family, you know what I'm saying? And the studio is not even started yet. So we're just going to have to be patient until we can get that done. So let me go to the comment section, see what you find people have to say. Once again, please join the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, this is where we exchange information. A lot of this stuff is on the Discord, exclusive videos, not necessarily just from me, but from like all over the internet. You cannot peruse the internet and get all the information yourself. It's just too big. YouTube is too big. But when you have a place of free thinkers, people from different political spectrums who are bringing all that information into one place, my Discord is where it's at. We share important stuff on the Discord. We have some great minds who are part of the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord. Let's go up and see what's happening. All right. Mike the Dad Crosby says there's something to that idea, but the body language of Big Boy Assistant seems to show he might not be on that idea. I don't know. I just jumped in, so I might be a little bit lost. Let me see what's going on here. Ms. Brown says strategic is on to something. He's making sense. Appreciate you. See, the thing is when I bloviate and I go hard like this, I lose what you guys are doing in the comment section. And I like to make sure I acknowledge you guys because you guys are a smart bunch, man. You guys are awesome, really good crowd. So I don't want to miss out on any gems, any jewels you guys might be dropping. Dollar says, or they're all totally incompetent and thought that everyone would believe what they say because they've gaslight everyone forever. That's true. I mean, they've been playing this narrative for a long time. Adam Cornish says, is there any chance they'll press charges on the guy who got his arm shot? Today, he testified to lying on a police report and carrying a concealed weapon with an expired permit. There is zero chance they're going to go after him, but they should have. And that's why he lied, because he knew he was in the wrong. And that's intent right there. That's intent. He knew he was in the wrong. And let me tell you something else about this ultimate witness called Gaige Grosskreutz. Gage Grosskreutz didn't even cooperate with the cops. He gave the statement that we have now, and he gave one more statement, and then he stopped cooperating with the police because he enacted his $10 million civil lawsuit against him. Gaige is a crook, allegedly. All right? Gaige is an opportunist. Gaige doesn't care about his missing bicep, and yeah, it looked ugly. He blew his bicep off. Gaige doesn't care about that. Gaige didn't care about Joseph Rosenbaum. He didn't care about Anthony Huber. He didn't know these people. He doesn't care about Kyle Rittenhouse. He got shot, and now he's looking at how he can cash in on that. But Gaige should get nothing, just like how Jacob Blake is getting nothing, just like how he hasn't filed suit against the city of Kenosha because the investigation clearly proved that he was at fault. He was the aggressor. He was the insubordinate one when he was given orders by the police. He was the one who was harassing his baby mama. The lie that started all of this mayhem in Kenosha, the lie that caused Anthony Huber to die, Joseph Rosenbaum to die, Grosskreutz to get his arm blown off, that lie that helped destroy that city and fueled other riots and protests all across America. Just like he got $0, Gaige Grosskreutz should get $0 as well. $0. And I hope they fight his lawsuit with the same vigor. Well, let's not the same vigor because they're losing over here, but with the same resources and contempt that they're going after this young man, Kyle Rittenhouse, a young boy who should have been home with his mammy. This high school dropout kid who wants to be a hero, who's out there talking like he's a grown military man. You know, we're going to engage this, we're going to do that, and we're going to give these guys medical and blah, 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 blah. Shut up, bro. You should have stayed your butt home. The lesson we should be teaching our children from this Kyle Rittenhouse story is not, that somebody could get falsely accused and railroaded by the system. It should be, listen, he's not guilty. We're not charging him, but this is a lesson for you kids. Stay home. Stop being too big for your bridges. There were at least 30 armed men out there with that particular militia, whatever they want to call themselves. That's what the witnesses and the cops said that their count was. At least 30 of them. They were all grown men. Joseph Rosenbaum, the child predator, never tried to go after any of the other ones. He made threats, but he didn't try to because he's a coward. He's a nasty coward. Isn't it ironic that he chose the child to go after? If he was home, nobody would have got shot. They went after Kyle because they thought that they could handle Kyle because Kyle clearly looked like a little boy. Let me keep going. Keep going on these comments. EMV is in the building, says the whole judicial system has become a corrupt and political. Look how much dark money pours into state AG elections. Needs a complete overhaul. Absolutely. Agree with you 1,000%. Ms. Brown says, I will never get over what that kid was doing out this time of night. Brandishing a big old gun. Absolutely. He was stupid. He was dumb. We can acknowledge he was dumb. When I first was saying that Kyle Rittenhouse was dumb for being out there, but he's not guilty, I had all these stupid little, dumb little testosterone-filled little boys screaming at me on the comment sections about, oh, how dare you say he's not a hero? He's a hero. No, you're a fucking idiot. That's what you are. He's not a hero. He was a person put in an unfortunate circumstance by his own doing who ended up surviving. God bless him. I don't renounce anything he did in terms of defending his life, but I'm not going to sit there and glorify the reason he was there. We didn't need him there. The community didn't need him there. He should have stayed home with his mom. And that's what happens when you have no daddies around. Because if his dad was living in a house, his dumbass would have never been able to walk out that house and decide where you want to go. Oh, I'm going to Kenosha. I'm out of here. Hell no. James Dark said, honestly, the statistical probability of riots, regardless of the verdict, is currently at around 70%. I don't give a damn where they riot. I don't care. Justice for all. You can't pick and choose who you have justice for. You cannot do that. So if they want to go burn down their city, then so be it. But we will not sacrifice one person to appease the mob. When we start appeasing the mob, we lose our democracy. will not sacrifice one person to appease the mob. So either you're guilty or innocent, and that boy is innocent. Jenny says, Shawnee's in the building. What up, Shawnee? Haven't seen you in a little while. Actually, I've seen you recently. Yeah. Hope everything's well. Hope you're feeling better and all that good stuff. Jenny says, all right, you talking to Erica. Adam Cornish says, I have crafted 2 new terms from this trial. AR-15 defense rifle and assault skateboard. That's awesome. Assault skateboard. That's funny. Brownstone Jenner's in the building. What up, Brownstone Jenner? Strategic Eyes paid member. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a member and coming through and support the show. Let's see what else we got going on here. I think somebody sent me a message. Somebody sent me a message. Raging Half Asian. I haven't seen you here before, and I appreciate you coming through. Says, I wish I found your channel before today. Thanks for all you do. Oh, well, awesome. Well, make sure that you go ahead and you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for finding the channel. Here we go. I saw this in the corner of my eye, Mike. Mike the Dad Crosby says, at Strategic Eyes, show Gage killed his Strategic Eyes. It's my show. I'm so sorry. Gage killed his lawsuit since he did not mention that he had a gun in either. Yeah, I mean, you cannot, if Kyle gets found innocent or acquitted and his self-defense claim is acknowledged by the court, this guy's lawsuit is already out the box. It's done. I tell you one thing, though. This may not even go to a jury. Have you seen that judge? That judge is fair, and he knows bullshit when he sees it, ladies and gentlemen. Have you seen that judge on that podium? He's not playing. He's given Kyle a fair trial. He's exposing the bull crap in the prosecutor's case. This is a self-defense case, ladies and gentlemen. What that means is there's going to come a point when these cases are rested, when the state rests their case. I think it's before the prosecutor. When the state rests their case, the prosecution rests their case before the defense speaks. The defense will have the opportunity to file a motion and say, we need to vacate this. We need to dismiss this case because the state have not met their burden to say that my client did not act in self-defense. There is a strong possibility, ladies and gentlemen, that the judge might stop the case and say, this trial is over. Kyle is not guilty. He acted in self-defense. There's a possibility. But if that doesn't happen, because if that happens, Kenosha is going to blow up and half America is going to blow up. And I'm going to go back to 12-hour shifts again, trying to, watching this city burn like I did before during the George Floyd riots. Because that's what they were. That's what they were. They were freaking riots. If it goes to the jury, I'm pretty confident that it's going to be not guilty. It's a stretch that the judge might dismiss it. But there's 100% confidence from Strategic Eyes that this jury is going to dismiss this case. Let's keep going. Agro Vixen in the building. What up, Agro? Loving you. Love me some Agro Vixen. She's a nice lady. I could dig it. I could dig her. What else we got going on? Kiki's in the building. What up, Kiki? Love Kiki. Kiki's my favorite. She's one of my favorites. Nene's my all-time favorite, but Kiki's is up there. She's in the stratosphere. She's joining the club. She's coming into the circle of trust. I love Kiki. Kiki says, I'm sorry if someone shot my arm. I would say that I should have shot him too. I would have been beyond mad. Yeah, Kiki, but be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? I think all of us can understand that. But it's when you lie and you've lied about other things that shows your character. I mean, he could have easily explained, like, yeah, man, the kid shot me, man. I was pissed off, and I was in the hospital, and I was half sedated, and I looked at my arm, and it was missing. My arm looked like meatloaf, looked like lasagna. Yeah, I said I should have dumped the mag in his head. Yeah, absolutely, I was pissed. But it's when you lie. And if that was his only lie, then maybe we'd forgive him. But it's one of many lies. It's one of all the lies he put together to make him look like either a hero or a victim. Two things, people, either a hero or a victim. Every lie that Gaige Grosskreutz says makes him either a hero or a victim. And that's why his lie is unforgivable. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, I'm not gonna keep you guys too long. We're already at 47 minutes, and I've been going crazy. Idol Show's in the building. What up? Lindy Lou is in the building. If I don't mention you, it's not that I don't love you. It's that I'm scrolling through fast and I don't see Aki's in the building. We love Aki. I want to talk to you guys about this whole George Floyd nephew bull crap. And then you guys are gonna give me a second so I can go into my Discord. You need to join the Discord so I can go into the Discord and get the video for you guys. The video is gonna come from Black Conservative Perspective or whatever. Some of you guys subscribe to him. I subscribe to him. I watch him a little bit. Kind of, we don't always agree ideologically. I respect his hustle though. Same thing with Officer Tatum. I don't always agree with him, but I certainly respect his hustle. These are African American men, and yeah, I'm a black man, so I'm always proud of my black people. So African American men who are doing it on YouTube and are reaching out to so many different demographics, and I respect that. All right, we don't have the same politics, but I respect you. So we're gonna definitely go on this channel. We're gonna view this video that he has. Great find that he had. Much respect to him. And we're gonna check it out real quick. But before that, let me just catch up with you guys and make sure I got everybody. So listen, there's a lot of people chatting. So do me a favor. If you want my attention, please put in @Strategic Eyes Show, and then it'll pop up as orange on my little dashboard here. And I'll notice you and I'll be able to acknowledge you. How's that, right? Sounds good? All right, cool. So give me a second. Let me go. Let me go over here. Let me find him. Let me log into my Discord and actually find this video. And I gotta tell you, man, it really broke my heart. The way our society is allowing people who claim to be activists to act. I don't think it's fair. It's really not fair. Just because you're an activist, what the hell? You should not be able to harass and harangue people. You should not be able to threaten people's lives. You shouldn't be able to be a bully. Oh, you know what? I didn't put Discord on this new computer. That sucks. I'm gonna have to actually log into Discord via the computer app. So bear with me, guys. Once again, bear with me. I apologize for any inconvenience. You guys know I like my shows to be completely smooth and fluid, but bear with me. Let me play some music for you. Out. That's good now. Perfect. There we go. All right. Perfect. We good. All right, we're back now. All right, cool. So this is my Discord here. All the amazing people who are in the Discord. Right now we have well over 100 people on the Discord. Our Discord is popping all night long, all day long. There's always somebody posting on the Discord, cracking jokes on the Discord. We got some real cool people. There's no hierarchy in the Discord. You could just pop in, start talking to folks. I know that's a big complaint about people in the Discord. It's like you feel like you're not a part of the club or whatever. Now we're here to go. Our Moderators are awesome, welcoming folks. There's no hierarchy. The only hierarchy is don't come in there, and be some white supremacist crazy person or something. The only reason why I call that out is because we've had a few come in and say some real ugly things. For what? But you could be conservative, Democrat, liberal, socialist, super far right wing. It doesn't matter. You are welcome in our Discord, and you'll not just be welcome, but you'll have a great time. And we encourage you to share your information. You might actually change somebody's mind. You know what I'm saying? Share your information. This is a zone where you can actually express yourself. So come to the Strategic Eyes Discord so we can talk it out. Amy Nevin says, at Strategic Eyes Show, do you think they went after Kyle because he is white and conservative? I think that they went after Kyle because they felt like, because he's a white guy who shot somebody during this night of unrest, that they had to. So maybe that's exactly what I'm saying, or maybe not. I do think that it's one of those circumstances where it might possibly be a possibility, but I don't know. And anybody who watches my show know I don't really like doing a race card thing on any side, whether it's the black side or the white side, unless I have some serious evidence. I just feel like whatever the motivation is, and I'm not trying to mealy mouth you, I'm really trying to give you my God's honest answer. Whatever the motivation is, it was politically motivated. Politically motivated. All right, so good question. I appreciate you, Amy. Thanks for asking that. So I'm gonna find this video. Got all these new people. Oh, we got some new people coming to the Discord. We got Cornish in the building. Thank you for joining the Discord. Got a few people. It's up here, I believe. There's so much talking in the Discord that things quickly disappear. Let me see if I can get this. Is it even in here? It's got to be here. What time was this? This was at 3:39 p.m. I think I sent it. Is it in that? Which room was it? Here we go. Boom. There we go. Found it. Amy Never says, thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Anytime.
And from what I've been reading about, the things I've been seeing, it doesn't look like it's going well for the prosecution. However, I'm just going to...
All right, first of all, big shout out to Black Conservative Perspective. This is his content. I'm just using a little bit of it, so please don't hurt me. Don't copyright strike me. I show nothing but love to all content creators. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. So please, have mercy on me, Black Conservative Perspective. I really need your video to drive this point home. So now that I've given this guy his flowers, let's go back to listening to it. We're not going to play all his content out of respect for him. I'm not trying to cut him out. I just don't want to use his content. I will put the link in the description of this video so you can go ahead and watch the whole thing. And also, I posted it and other people posted it in the Discord. Join the Discord, go to the Discord, hit the link, check out the full video, because it's a really good video and his points are spot on. His points are 100% spot on. So here we go. Right here is about the time where George Floyd's nephew, who's a big activist now. I mean, he wasn't activisting when his uncle was out here using drugs and doing petty crimes and serious crimes to feed that drug habit. But now, after his uncle's dead, he probably barely even spoke to his uncle. Now that his uncle's dead from Derek Chauvin, who's the devil, who deserves to be in prison. He did wrong. He did kill George Floyd. He was insane for keeping his knee on that man's neck for all that time. But now, after he's a millionaire, he's a part of that millionaire. He's got that money. Now he's all for the people. But let's listen to what he has to say. This is in reference to the Deontay Wright trial that's coming up. Deontay is the disgusting criminal who did not deserve to get shot, but he got shot. He was a very, very, very bad man. He was a very bad man who shot a lot of people. He shot people. Deontay shot people. Deontay robbed people. Deontay beat women up and robbed them. And this stupid female officer is teaching two cops how to be cops. Why the hell is she teaching cops to be cops? She don't even know how to be a cop. God knows. He resists arrest. This is his second time running from cops. The first time he got away, ladies and gentlemen. The second time he died. The cops have him. They're ready to arrest him. The rookie cop doesn't know how to handle a suspect. I wish I was there to teach him, but I can't be everywhere in America. I can only be in my precinct. He doesn't know how to handle a perp. The guy tries to run away. The female officer draws her weapon. She thinks it's a taser. She says, taser, taser, taser. She shoots him with a gun instead of a taser. She deserves to be tried. She deserves to go to jail. There's some mistakes you can't come back from, even though it's a mistake. I fully believe that she mistakenly shot him, but you killed him. You got to pay for it. CFC Samalto said I sound like Brandon Tatum. If you listen to more of me, you might disagree, but if I do, then that's congratulations, because Tatum is a very successful dude. I have nothing but love for him. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, man. And I always say this, when he said that this little boy, Tamir Rice, deserved to die, that broke my heart, man. That broke my heart. I hope one day, if I get big as a YouTuber and maybe I come on his show, he come on my show and we talk about it, I'd like him to explain that. And in a not disrespectful way. In a not disrespectful way, I'd like for him to explain how he said Tamir Rice deserved to die just because he was playing cops and cowboys and Indians in a park with a toy gun. All right. So listen, if you just popping in my show, you know, whether you say that as a compliment or disrespect, you know nothing about me. Nothing. The people who are in this room, they know how I get down. They know where my political leanings is. I just call it like I see it. Absolutely. But anyway, thanks for watching the show, by the way. So check this out. This is the nephew talking about the jury and the judge, the potential jury and the judge who's going to be trying this case. This is un-American to me, but let's listen.
I'm going to wait and reserve judgment until it is over. However, I do think as more time goes on, it has become readily apparent that the dude is probably going to get off as not guilty because he was defending himself. I think it's a classic case of self-defense, but it is what it is. We will see. Now, there's another trial coming up in regards to the police shooting of Daunte Wright. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember the police officer, I believe her name was Kim Potter. She had accidentally shot Daunte Wright when she pulled out her gun instead of her taser when they were trying to arrest him after he was resisting arrest. Now, he was shot a few times. He ended up taking off, driving, going down the street, and I think the car crashed and he ended up dying. Now, this sparked a ton of police brutality / social justice protests, as this was a year removed, or almost a year removed from the...
I gotta say, as they should. It's unacceptable. There's some mistakes you can't make. When that chick killed both them, John, she should have got more than 10 years, man. Like, she should get more. What is her name? Guys, put her name inside of the chat if you remember it. The lady who killed both them, John. This lady who killed Daunte Wright. That was adrenaline, you know, he was fighting and all that. It was some people said, oh, she killed him. Yeah, she killed him. But was it intentional? Did she come out her house that day saying, I'm going to shoot Daunte Wright? No. She should go to jail. The lady who shot both them, John, how do you tell me you forget what apartment you live in, what floor you live in, what part of the parking lot you parked your car in, what elevator you took, the fact that the man had a special mat outside the house and a plant? You forget all of that stuff. You forget your neighbor's card. Amber Geiger, thanks a lot, Nene. I love you. That's why I love Nene. She's my favorite. You know, how did Amber Geiger forget everything? The fact that the lighting is different, the fact that there was a card on the door down there and this door was painted red instead of blue. How do you forget all of that? And then you open the door to the apartment. There's a guy sitting on the couch. He's not rummaging through stuff. He's sitting on the couch. And you don't notice that there's a different couch in there. There's a different TV in there. There's different dishes in there. There's different smell in there. You don't notice none of that. And then you blast him. And his dumb family comes up and says, oh, we forgive you. We forgive you, man. And I'm West Indian, so don't say I'm making fun of West Indian people. That's my people. So if you ain't West Indian, don't say nothing. We forgive you, man. The Lord forgives you. We forgive you. Kissing her, hugging her. And then they give her some bullcrap 10-year, less than 10-year sentence. And what does she do? Soon as she hits deck in a prison, she appeals her conviction. You forgive her and all of that. And as soon as she got the chance, she appealed her conviction. She should get more time than this lady that's going to be charged in Deontay Wright. But the point is, there are some mistakes that you can't make. You can't use your taser, use your gun instead of your taser and blast somebody when they have different weights and all that stuff. I don't care what you're going through. If you're that panicky, you should not be a cop. And if you don't have perception that you can't know what's your house and what's not your house, and you roll up into some stranger dude's house and blast him while he's smoking some weed on, chilling on his couch, and he's the best of us, he's a college-educated financial guru, and you take him away from the community, you deserve to go to jail too. But let's let the Black conservative continue.
George Floyd incident, and right before the Derek Chauvin trial. Now, Miss Kim Potter, she was charged with first-degree manslaughter, and her trial is coming up at the end of this month. Now, the interesting part about this trial that's relevant to this video is that there will be no cameras allowed in the courtroom. Now, the woke revolutionaries are upset about this, right? They're so upset that they're out here in the streets protesting once again. Now, there's one individual in particular that we got to talk about, because it sounds to me like he's saying some things that are very, very, very disturbing, that I would define as, at the very, very least, attempting to intimidate the judge of the Deontay Wright trial and the jury of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And that person is no other than George Floyd's nephew, Mr. Cortez Rice, whom apparently thought it was a good idea to post videos of himself on social media, basically talking about how they were, taking names on who the jurors are in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, right? And that they got cameras in there and that they know who they are. And then also showing video of himself going to the apartment or the home of the judge in the Deontay Wright trial, essentially trying to dox this judge, and also, saying things that in street language sounds like a threat. So I'm actually going to play the video of this, guys, and keep in mind, I am not trying to be accused of doxing judges, right? So I'm going to only play enough so that you guys understand what he's saying. I'm going to try to do my best to, edit out anything that may reveal the address of this.
All right, so he's about to play it right now. But if anybody could find the actual footage, the unedited footage, and I respect that he's editing it so that it doesn't show the address of the judge. I don't want to do that either, but I'd much rather do my own edit so that, I might go a little bit longer and still not show what he doesn't want to show, which is the address of the judge. If you can find that, please put that in the Discord, or what other means you have to reach me via email, all that good stuff. All that stuff is in the description of most of my videos. But definitely join the Discord and put it in the Discord and at Strategic Eyes me so that I'm alerted to it and I can actually get that footage for myself. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Judge or anything like that. Okay. So without further ado, roll the clip.
It's tight on her ass. We on our heels. What she think is sweet? We want cameras in the courtroom. The people deserve to know what's going on. I'm just doing some shares right quick. Why she think it's sweet, right? She think it's sweet, sweet. She think it's sweet, 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 sweet.
Okay.
She think it's sweet, sweet. I don't know if this is her crib. I think this is her crib right here. Basically.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. So I thought there was like a malfunction. Yeah, he froze it so that you don't see the judge's house, but you can still hear the audio. So this guy basically goes to the judge's house. It's disgusting, man. Let's keep it going.
We got confirmation that this is her house right here. waiting for the gang to get up here. Predominantly white neighborhood. Look at this shit. Peace and love. All power to the people. Right out here. Shout out to Unicorn, right? Who was the white dude? Oh. Hey, I was just in the motherfucking building. I was at that door. I ain't even gonna name them.
Why this dude got baby making hips on him like that? You see that dude? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Look at this dude.
I was at that door. I ain't even gonna name the people that I know that's up in the Kenosha trial. But there's cameras in there. It's definitely cameras up in there, and there's definitely people taking pictures of the juries and everything like that. We know what's going on. So we need the same results, man. We need the same results. Justice for Dante Wright, justice for also.
All right, guys. So in those first two videos.
All right, so let me stop jacking this guy's video. Listen, that's un-American. First of all, I don't know. I've never looked into it. I should know as a law enforcement officer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if it's illegal for them to do what they do. I mean, I know that it is bordering on the line of intimidation. It's bordering on those lines. You trying to change a judges. You're not supposed to do that to judges. Elected officials, yeah, but you're not supposed to go to a judge and a jury and act like, try and change their decision, because their decision is supposed to be made based on the law. That's un-American. That's jury tampering. That's jurist tampering. So it should be illegal. I don't know if it is, but even if it is, they're not going to do anything to this guy. I don't have no respect for it. Listen, I'm on their side. I think the lady should be found guilty, but that does not mean that I agree that you should be stalking the judge and talking about all the crap that you have. Like, let me see if I can get this. They have cameras in the courts, they said, and they know who the jury is, and they're going to dox the jury. There's another video there. I'm not going to play it. Screw it, because I don't want to jack his show. Go to his channel, watch the video, and you'll get the full 411 on it. He's talked that. So there's one thing, he went and he went to the judge's house and he doxed the judge because obviously the black conservative was classy enough not to show that part of the video. But in the real video that was posted over Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff to all of his hundreds of thousands of supporters, you can see the address up to the door of the judge. Now, what if that's not the judge? What if it is the judge? That judge is now in danger. What if it's not the judge? Now some innocent person is going to be getting harassed and harangued because you went to the wrong door. That's number one. Then in this video by the black conservative, he then goes on and you can hear this young man talking about how they have cameras in the courthouse and how they're going to find out who the jurors are. That's usurping our justice system. It's usurping our justice system. That's not how you do business. So now, if they do find her guilty, which they should, people are going to say it's an asterisk. Well, they only did it for political reasons. They didn't do it because she deserved it. Even though it's a clear-cut case, she shot the guy. And she wasn't supposed to, so it's an unjustified killing. It's a manslaughter. You're supposed to let the system work. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So that's what it is, man. Let's see what else we got going on. We'll see that comment section, see what you guys got going on, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I gave you well over an hour of a show, and I hope you're satisfied. If not, then fuck you. But anyway, I'm just joking. I'm in a good mood today. Dollar's talking to Lindley Lou. James Dark says, looking for trouble, terrible decision in any circumstance. CFC. Oh shit, where'd your comment go? Oh, here you go. CFC Samalto says, I hope I said your name correctly. I don't like disrespecting people's name. I think that's the height of disrespect. Says, we live in a system of white supremacy. All right, so why don't you expand on that? Like, what does that have to do with this stuff? Like I've never seen it before. So yeah, on the strategic eye show, we acknowledge that stuff is real, but like, is it? Why does it permeate everything that we do? Why does it define us as African Americans? Everything is all about racism and white supremacy. How does Kyle Rittenhouse, right? What does he have to do? And I'm not saying you're talking about this, CFC, but I'm curious because other people are saying this. What does Kyle Rittenhouse have to do with racism? When no black people were hurt. In fact, the black guy that kicked him in the head, he didn't shoot that guy. He shot the white guy that hit him with a skateboard twice and tried to take his gun. What does that have to do with that? What does this Caucasian judge, I guess, I don't even know what the race of the judge is. Maybe the judge is Asian. Maybe the judge is Latino. Maybe the judge is black. I don't know. What does going to a judge's house that has not even tried the case yet, hasn't even made a decision in the case to say, oh, that's a bad decision. How does going to their house, doxing their house, threatening a jury that has not sat yet, saying that we're going to get cameras in there and we're going to find out who the jury is and we're going to dox them. What does that have to do with white supremacy? These are the questions I have, because guess what? When we keep thinking like that, it's only going to keep us down. Because that is the victim mentality and that's the scapegoat. We don't have to take accountability for the fact that people are dying in Chicago, New York, Miami, Atlanta, St. Louis, and all across the country in low-income communities. We don't have to take ownership of that because it's white supremacy. Instead of us saying, well, a lot of the issue is poverty, lack of education, broken families. Now we need to come together as a community and fix those things so that we can start rising out of the doldrums that we're currently living in the last few decades. Rather than us talk like that, we don't got to do none of that. We don't got to do none of the work because all we got to do is say, yo, it's just white supremacy, man. It's all good. The man is holding us down. We don't even have to try. This is the issue that I have. White supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. White people don't care about you. They go to work every day. They pay their mortgage. They try to keep the health insurance for their kids. They're trying to pay for their car note. That's the average white guy. The average white guy doesn't have power to hold you down. In 2021, rich white men don't give a damn about black people or anybody else. They will treat us all like sheep to keep bringing in those billions into their coffers. The only true classism that permeates this culture is classism. Or I should say the only true ism is classism. Guess who figured that out decades ago before they killed him? Martin Luther King. That's where he was taking the movement. He was taking the movement to be a movement about classism. He was trying to bring working white folks together with working black folks and poor black folks and make them understand that it is the rich versus the rest of us. That's America 2021. That's the ism that we need to be fighting against. But MSNBC, CNN, Huffington Post, all these different publications and news sites, the Democratic Party, they all want to cloud your brain because they could divide us with the racism. Are there racist people out there? Of course. Of course. Is racism real? Of course it is. We see examples of it every day. Are people biased against people that don't look like them? Absolutely. But when are we going to stop using it as an excuse? So these guys' bad behavior outside of this judge's residence and up to the door of this judge, it's white supremacy. It's white supremacy. Can't blame him. Can't hold him accountable for his actions. It's white supremacy. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. Anyway, I think on that note, get the hell out of Dodge. How about that, right? Like, subscribe, join the channel. Please consider joining the channel. Hit that subscribe button. If you're watching the stream and you haven't hit the subscribe button, understand once I end the stream, you'll never see me again, because that's how the algorithms are. They don't like the Strategic Eyes show because I talk about these things from the perspective that I talk about them. All right, so hit that like, subscribe button. Please support the channel. If you've been a member of the Strategic Eyes show for a while now and you financially can and you think that I'm worth it, please consider hitting that membership button. That $25 super chat, $20 super chat, the generous people who supported the channel today. Guess what? If you were to give a super chat of that amount, you would literally pay for almost the rest or going into 2022 membership. The lowest membership is $2.99. So if you're thinking about giving me a $10 super chat or a $5 super chat, why don't you consider just becoming a member of the show? And that same super chat would pay for you to become a member for the next couple of months. That's how we really get the support. YouTube does not like my channel. They put me on the bottom of the algorithm simply because I speak truth to power. And I'm not hindered by ideology. I don't see white. I don't see black. I see the fucking truth. And that's what we're trying to do together on the Strategic Eyes show. Me and my motley crew of viewers, we're going on a journey to seek this truth. We're going on a journey of bucking what the mainstream media wants us to believe and see. We want to see what's real. We don't want to see the bullshit. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys. Please support the channel. And that's about it. All right. Strategic is out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.